Good evening. I had the honor of being George's AP Biology teacher in his senior year. He was in my AP Bio class in the morning, where most students are still trying to wake up after staying up late from the previous day's homework. Along with teaching my students, part of my job responsibility was also to keep them awake so that they could assimilate the large amount of information the course expects them to know. George was one of the few that did not need that wake-up call. I remember him always coming into class, cheerfully saying hello, and then going to his seat waiting for the class to start. He did not talk much. He was not part of the student group that thrived on scaring the class about possible quizzes and tests. But he was an integral part of the class. As I lectured, I would often catch him smiling to himself and wondered if he was daydreaming. But every time I asked him a question, he blew me away with his answers. Oftentimes, I was actually stumped by his questions, so much so that I would have to go home and find his answers before I could come back the next day. But when I would, he would look at me, smile, and say, "Oh yeah, actually, that makes sense." When I asked my students to share the memories of George, the one thing that every one of them remembered was his smile. Many of his classmates confessed not knowing him too well, but they all agreed that he was one of the most genuine people they had known. Someone who was always part of a team, always questioning and never afraid to ask why. He was the kind of person who could be easily missed, but if he did touch you, one would remember him forever. They would remember the brilliant, kind, sincere, modest, and cheerful guy they saw every day. There's an old Buddhist saying that if we could see the miracle of a single flower clearly, our lives would change. George was one such flower. Those of you who knew George or whose lives were touched by him in some way should consider yourself lucky. George was one of those compassionate people that quietly did good behind the scenes. Whenever he could help, he was there. If you needed someone to smile, he was there. If you were alone and needed somebody to sit next to, he would sit next to you quietly and help you get through whatever it was that you were going to do. We spent most of our life trying to figure out what we are going to be doing. How are we going to get that perfect GPA? Are we spending enough time with our family? Do I need to fill gas? Where's dinner going to be coming from? As our internal consciousness drives us through the day, we find ourselves walking by amazing people like George. Amazing people who ask for no recognition for what they do, but simply take pride in doing good. George was a subtle flower. He was a flower that blended into a bed of flowers without calling any recognition to himself. And while we were taking a good look at the flower bed, some of us missed that flower that made the flower bed so special. Unfortunately for us, sometimes flowers are cut before they're ready to be put in a vase and shown off. What happened to George was an absolute tragedy. A smiling, reserved young man was taken from this earth before he got time to shine, before he got his chance to show us how he blossomed. In times like this, there's not much we can do. We cannot go back and observe the flower changing. We cannot stop the flower from being cut. All we can do is appreciate all of the good that has come from him. George Chen was a Leland Charger, and I know that his fellow Chargers will always remember him with a smile. I pray that God gives his family and friends the strength to deal with this loss. Thank you all for coming here today to pay your respects. I'm sure George would have been very surprised to see so many people assembled here for him. But in his heart, I am sure he would have been very happy. I can almost see the smile on his face, a smile of contentment that all his friends and family were here today because they loved him and he will be greatly missed. Thank you.